The World Cup qualifying playoffs start tomorrow, so in this video, I will be predicting each pathway and predict who will make it to the World Cup. Before I get into my predictions, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, especially if you like World Cup content. There's going to be tons of that coming your way. But anyway, let's begin with Path 1. We have Wales versus Bosnia and Italy versus Northern Ireland. So the first game, Wales versus Bosnia, I think could go either way. Wales are playing at home, but I wouldn't completely write out Bosnia. Sure, when Wales do play at home, normally they do dominate, and last time they qualified for the World Cup by playing at home against the Ukraine and Austria. Heck, they just beat North Macedonia 7-1 at their home ground. But I think this game is pretty straightforward. Wales are the home team. They have better players like Harry Wilson, Brennan Johnson, and even Kiefer Moore. I'm going to say Wales win this game 2-1. Now on to Italy versus Northern Ireland. Italy have never won a game in the playoffs during World Cup qualifiers. This is the third time in a row that they are here. Both times they failed to make it to the World Cup, and I really hope that they do not fail to make it a third time in a row. This game against Northern Ireland, I don't think it's going to be a shootout, but remember, last time the only reason they were in the playoffs is because they failed to beat Northern Ireland. So these two sides definitely do have some history. But honestly, Italy on paper are much stronger. I'm not saying that they are going to win because we said the same thing against North Macedonia a few years ago, and look what happened. But I will predict Italy to win 2-0. For the final, Wales versus Italy, this game is actually going to be in Wales, so I would not be surprised if there's an upset at all. But I am going to favor Italy to win this game. They have more quality, more depth, and I think they know the pressure that if they do miss another World Cup, it's going to look very bad. So I am going to go Italy to win just narrowly though. I'm going to go 1-0 after extra time. In Path 2, we have the Ukraine versus Sweden, and then Poland versus Albania. Let's start off with Ukraine versus Sweden. Both of these teams have not been convincing whatsoever. Ukraine have not looked good as of recent. In World Cup qualifying, they did not look good against Iceland or France, or even Azerbaijan for that matter. And for Sweden, it's a whole lot worse. The only reason they're here is because of their Nations League performance. If not for that, then they would be out already, as they finished bottom of their World Cup qualifying group. They got absolutely destroyed by everyone they played, so both these teams have been really off it. This one is a tough one to call, but I am going to favor Sweden to win 2-1 in this game. And for the other game, Poland versus Albania, I think this game is going to be a tight defensive battle. Poland, under their new coach Jan Urban, they have not lost a game yet, and they've even played the Netherlands twice. Albania will not make it easy on Poland, but I think Poland, they do have more quality. They have Lewandowski, Zielinski, Szymanski, Zalewski. I think they have more quality, and I think they will win 1-0 over Albania. So in the final, I have Poland versus Sweden, a repeat of the 2022 playoff final, where it also was Poland versus Sweden. Poland won that game 2-0. And I'm going to say Poland win again 2-0 over Sweden. Again, I just don't trust Sweden. And Poland, they look good defensively. They look good going forward. I think Poland will make it to the World Cup. In Path 3, we have Turkey versus Romania and Kosovo versus Slovakia. I know lots of people have been favoring Turkey to qualify through this path, but I would not rule out any other team. When we hype up Turkey, they always seem to crumble. For example, in the 2020 Euros, before that tournament, we were hyping them up so much, they only conceded 3 goals in the qualifying stage up to that tournament. And guess what? They came bottom of the group with 0 points, conceding like 7 goals. So Turkey under the pressure are not good. But against Romania, I think that they can get the job done. They have some good young players like Arda Güler, Kenan Yildiz, and I think that they can run the show against the Romanians, who do not really have that many standout players. I'm going to go Turkey to win 3-1. On to the next game is Slovakia versus Kosovo. This game is going to be played in Slovakia, so I think Slovakia are the slight favorites. At home, they actually play really well. They even beat Germany, and I think they went undefeated throughout the rest of World Cup qualifying. And Kosovo didn't look too bad either. They were in a pretty tough group and finished just behind Switzerland. A player on Kosovo to look out for is Mariki, who is actually one of the top scorers in La Liga. And there's also Zhigrova, who plays for Juventus. He has his moments. But in the end, I think Slovakia do win this game 1-0 over Kosovo, and the final is going to be Turkey versus Kosovo to determine who goes to the World Cup. And I think Turkey wins this game 2-1. I'm going to trust Turkey, but I would not be surprised if the pressure gets to them and they completely crumble. And lastly, we have Path 4, which is Denmark versus North Macedonia and Czechia versus the Republic of Ireland. We all remember what happened with North Macedonia last time they played in the playoffs. But Denmark, should they even be here in the first place? They completely crumbled against Scotland in the group phase and now have to play North Macedonia. But to be fair, I don't really think it matters. I think Denmark do escape this game with a 2-0 win. I think they have a lot more quality than North Macedonia. On to the next game, Czechia versus Ireland. This game is going to be played in Czechia, which actually makes me think that Czechia are going to win 2-1. The last time Czechia lost at home was like 4 years ago against Portugal. They have some notable players like Patrick Schick, probably the most notable. They have Vladimir Sofal, Thomas Souček, Alex Kral. They have some decent names. I think Ireland are definitely a developing country, but I think they will have to wait another 4 years to get to that World Cup. I'm going Czechia 2-1. And in that final, Denmark versus Czechia, this game is also going to be played in Czechia, if I'm not mistaken. And to be fair, Denmark have not looked their best as of recent. Normally when they play at home, they play well, but away, they're not the best. And it kind of goes the same for Czechia. And since Czechia are the home team in this game, I think that this game goes all the way to extra time, where Czechia win 1-0 and qualify for the World Cup. I wanted to go for at least one unpopular take this video. Come on. So the 4 countries I think that will qualify for the World Cup out of Europe are Italy, Poland, Turkey, and the Czech Republic. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, I'll see you guys next time.